The process of designing a house requires not only the consideration of the physical space, but also the social and environmental context in which it will exist. A house can be more than just a structure. It can be a space that encourages human activity and fosters community bonds. In this video, we will explore a house in Hoi An, designed by an environmental expert in Cam Thanh commune, Quang Nam. This house is not only a home for 4 persons to live in, but it is also a space that promotes environmental sustainability and community engagement. The site is situated in Cam Thanh commune, on the banks of a river, at the intersection of a tiny village surrounded by a typical agricultural environment, near the old town of Hoi An in the province of Quang Nam. The home's owner, Ms. Dung, is an environmental expert who views the home as a space infused with the natural surroundings. Additionally, it must be a place with adequate peace for the education she intended for her son, who need a particular environment to mature. In addition to being a little home for 4 people, this house provides cover from the elements for animals including birds, spiders, and insects. In addition, it serves as a small community center where the host meets with neighbors and works with her environmental activist organization to strengthen community ties as she desired when relocating from Saigon, a busy city with 12 million inhabitants, to this rural town. Ms. Dung stated that, "It is the perfect circumstance for us to establish an organization with overlap in space occupation when these shards of hope start to emerge in her imagination. In my mind's eye, I see a classic Hoi An shop house that has been folded up like a snail's shell." Additionally, it was made using these inexpensive local resources. In order to extend it out in the garden, the ground floor spaces of the home are initially lifted along with it. I believe it to be useful groups in a garden as opposed to a garden in a house. For instance, the floor in the dining room serves as both the floor and a sizable bench that is positioned in the garden and invites neighbors to converse there. This is where people are working in teams. It is an arrangement of distinct things that, like a language, acquire meaning when placed next to one another. The word structure of the house has 2 distinct meanings. First, the organization of the entire, like its snail shell structure that is flood resistant, results from the combination and motor mechanisms of the many sections. Second, it combines the connections between things inside the home and those outside, such as its social structure and the surrounding agricultural landscape. 2 distinct constructions have been produced by this house. People could clearly see the exposed structure of the house thanks to the pre-engineered steel framework leaning against the ground floor's strong walls, but this was only through visual expression. Internally, human actions are also urged to take place under various conditions that define various spatial limits. Because of this, the geometry of the room changes and it encourages people and neighbors to interact, resulting in a variety of places that blend together to form the entire house. To explain the structure in more detail, I believe that the rectangle form that lies inside the warp site's perimeter has attracted users' attention and served as a navigational cue. When I consider how to capture that moment, I picture it as a living being made up of elements connected around this rectangle. The home is like a tree. It makes varied cracks and shades and develops beauty not only in the areas that get sunshine but also in those that recede into the shadows. I believe that structure becomes architecture through the unity of a tree. In conclusion, the Hoi An house is a perfect example of how a structure can become an architecture. The owner of the house, an environmental expert, has designed a space that is not only affordable and resistant to flooding, but also encourages community engagement and fosters environmental sustainability. This house is a space where humans, animals, and nature can coexist in harmony. It is a model for how houses can be designed in a way that benefits both the people and the environment. Thanks for staying till the end. If you find this video helpful, please like and subscribe to our channel for more content.